Brought to you by Penguin.
The Dig by John Preston. This book is read by Simon Vance, Kate Redding, Fiona Hardingham and Derek Perkins. Basil Brown, 14th of June, 1939. Prologue. That evening I came back and worked on alone. The rectangle of darkened earth at the entrance to the burial chamber showed up quite clearly in front of me. I scraped away with the trowel and then I switched to the bodkin. It wasn't long after starting that I came across this greenish band. It was running through the soil like a grass stain. At first I thought my eyes were playing up. I had to blink a few times before I'd allow myself to believe it. With a pastry brush, I swept the earth away, taking off as much as I dared. I was worried that if I took any more away, the whole thing might vanish completely. But far from disappearing, the green band showed up even more distinctly than before. Then, to the left of the first one, I found another green band. The colour was a little duller than before, more speckled too, but still impossible to miss. I took these to be the remains of bronze hoops, possibly belonging to a barrel or some sort of wooden container. When I looked at my watch, I saw that it had already gone 9 o'clock. I was astonished. I thought I'd been going for about 15 minutes. The light was fading now. Even so, I was in a mock sweat. I kept having to wipe my forehead with my sleeve. I knew I was going to have to give up soon, but I couldn't bear to stop. Not yet. I kept on brushing. More than anything else, I wished I'd brought a torch, and I cursed myself for not thinking of it before. Just when I had decided that there was no point carrying on, I came across something else. A piece of timber. To begin with, I assumed this must be the barrel, or what was left of the barrel. It wasn't long, though, before I had second thoughts. The piece of timber was about the size of a large book, like a ledger or a church Bible. As far as I could tell, it was perfectly flat. In places, it was so decayed that even my pastry brush was too rough. All I could do was put my lips as close as possible and blow the earth away. In one place, though, it was quite solid. When I tapped the wood with my finger, it gave out a soft, hollow sound. In the top left-hand corner, I could make out what I thought was a knot. Peering at it more closely, I saw it was a small hole. A dry, papery smell rose from the ground. It caught in my nostrils as I sat staring at the piece of wood and at the hole in particular. Then I did something shameful, something I can never excuse or properly explain. I pushed my finger through the hole. It went in quite easily. The timber fitted snugly round my knuckle. Beyond was a cavity. Although I couldn't be sure, I felt the cavity to be a large one. There was a kind of emptiness around my finger, like an absence of air. I stayed where I was for several minutes. By now I could hardly see the wood in front of me, it was so dark. But still I sat there, not moving. And when at last I took my finger away, all the excitement I'd felt before vanished in an instant. In its place came a great wash of sadness, so strong it quite knocked me back. After I'd covered over the centre of the ship with tarpaulins and secured the corners with stones, I set off for Sutton Hoo House. The gravel path ran pale and straight in front of me. On one side was a yew tree. I could see its silhouette looming up before me, its branches almost touching the ground. The sky was black as hogs. When I rang the back doorbell, I could feel the sweat, cold and drying on my skin. Greatly answered the door. Although he'd taken off his collar, he still had his tailcoat on. "Basil, what are you doing here?" "Would you tell Mrs. Pretty I need to see her?" I told him. "Now?" He swayed back in surprise. "Do you know what time it is? Mrs. Pretty will be preparing for bed." "Even so, I need to see her." Behind him, light bounced off the white tiles. Greatly gave me a look, frowning mostly, although there might have been some sympathy in it. "I'm sorry, Basil," he said. "You'll just have to wait until morning."
Edith Pretty, April to May, 19...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?